Hello, this is Ali from Comic Book Bin, Philippines since 2002. This is Strongheart from Neca. Neca did a couple of Dungeon and Dragon action figures. This is one of them. Strongheart was one of the hero characters, part of the 1980s. He appeared briefly in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. He was also an action figure, which I had as a kid. He broke so easily. I had him and Warduke. So he's Warduke's natural opponent. They used to be friends, but then they separated and each of them went their own ways. Warduke became kind of a mercenary and evil. Strongheart remained a hero at heart. He's the classic Dungeons and Dragon hero. So let's look at him further. By the way, it's a great action figure. It's probably one of the best one I've had in a while. So Strongheart comes with a lot of gear. I need to show you the sword first. It's very loose inside of the socket, but on the socket comes another dagger. This one is not so loose. By the way, this is the original Strongheart, not the second one that was released, more like an action figure card. So this is the original one I've got that came in a big box. Sports a hammer, a beautiful shield. Does he resemble the original character? I would say yes, but the character was never this extensively built. Like the details were suggested in the old action figure, but never to that extent. Neca went way beyond by giving you chainmail everywhere. On his arms, there's chainmail. On his thighs, there's also chainmail, and a little bit below the knees. The armor in the back, if you see the sculpt, there's like chains tying the chest part to the skirt and the belt. The skirt is made of soft plastic. So are the knee pads and so on that you can see here. They're very flexible, and that's the way they should be. He's got simple articulations, so he does have twist at the elbows, but they're kind of stuck anyway, and I don't want to break them. You know, Neca figures break, so I don't want to push my luck with this guy too much. But he can move at the elbows, as you can see. It's a ball joint for the hand, so it will move in many directions. If you decide to use a sword, you can probably put the hammer somewhere on his suit, just make it hang, so on. The shield on one side is like made of wood, the other side would be made of metal. That's interesting. The belt is very complicated as a contraption. Obviously, you can raise the faceplate so we can see what he looks like underneath. These parts are glued on. I believe the crest is also glued on, but I don't know. There is a wire in the cape, so this will help with pausing the figure. There's like a metallic feel all over, but it's not shiny. It's more like a rugged metal that I've seen some wear and tear. The knee articulation are not that great. Here they're very stuck. That's because there's a lot of paint on them, but you can see the chainmail continues underneath, and there's a ball joint for the ankles, but they look fragile, so I don't want to play too much with them. The head is quite movable. You can raise it up, give him some attitude, so on, but I don't want to play too much with them. It's a great figure, and obviously it goes with Warduke, the natural enemy of Strongheart. They go together pretty well. They're the same scale. Their scale is much bigger than regular 7-inch action figures or 6-inchers. This is a G.I. Joe classified. They're not going to go too well with Mythic Legion or other figures. I mean, they're much bigger than that. I can show you some Mythic Legion. This is a X-ray action figure, so you can see the scale doesn't fit much. This is a Mythic Legion. Again, the scale is off with this guy, and only this big guy here fits with them, but he's obviously a much bigger action figure. But that's okay. I mean, they don't have to all fit together. So this is the Strongheart action figure from Neca. It's a beautiful figure. I like it. It goes with the other Dungeon and Dragon action figures from Neca. They don't fit with the Hasbro action figures, obviously. So like and subscribe, and see you next time. Just a quick note that in hindsight, the line that will fit well with the Neca Dungeon and Dragon action figures will be the He-Man line. I don't know which one it is. Please don't ask me which He-Man this is, but this seemed to fit pretty well with Strongheart. Same scale, although this one is cartoony, this one is much more realistic.